The 7P's model is essentially an analysis that we did of what we saw as really successful companies in Africa and saying what sets them apart, what makes them successful. And we've been looking here at major global multinationals as well as homegrown multinationals. And it starts with purpose, understanding your purpose, but it's a number of other attributes that all of these organizations have paid attention to and have been very successful in executing. So apart from purpose, it's planning, portfolio, people, partnerships, perspective, and patience. Now, there's a lot of detail behind each one of those things, but all of these organizations display the same characteristics, regardless of what sector they come from. Clearly, Africa is a big and complex place, and you don't engage in that process of investing without some serious planning. And it's important to understand, which of the markets we want to enter, when do we want to enter them, how do we want to enter them. So make no mistake, lots of planning is required. But I think what we've seen too often is organizations that think that they can do that all in a conference room with a spreadsheet and think they will get definitive answers out of that. I think an important message in the planning process is actually to get out there, get on the ground, and see for yourself. No amount of off-site planning can really prepare you for or help you understand the nuances of the local market. Often the danger is that some of the information you're working through could be outdated or, in fact, non-existent. So I think that's an important message, and where companies have been successful, they've got that balance right. I think the other important thing about getting that balance right is knowing when to stick to your plan and when to be flexible. The environment in Africa is a complex one. It's a volatile one. It's an ambiguous one, and things change very quickly. And it's important to be able to flex your plans accordingly, whilst at the same time staying true to your purpose. Challenges will come up. If you're not prepared to stick to be flexible, chances are you're not going to be that successful. Other, I think, really important one is portfolio. Again, if you look at these leaders in Africa, the successful organizations, most of them have quite a significant portfolio of countries in their African basket, as it were. Across Africa, you're going to have good times and bad times, economic issues in one country, political issues in another country, and it's basic portfolio theory. If you can spread your risk amongst those countries, hopefully at any one time, no one of them that has a problem will be affecting your results materially. Partnerships was the other one that I wanted to make the point. Relationships in business anywhere in the world are important, but no more so than in Africa. I think relationships are really important if you're going to grow in Africa. Culturally, that's an important thing. I think we've seen a number of these organizations that have been successful growing through partnering effectively, finding good local partners who help them hit the ground running, help them navigate some of the local complexities, the bureaucracy, understanding the market better, the labor relations, etc. So that's an important message around partnerships. We've seen others who have actually created partners as they've gone in. So created partners in their supply chain, partnering with local SMEs and integrating them into their supply chain, investing in them, upskilling them, which is a great sustainable kind of investment to make, and it makes good business sense. Final thing on partnerships that I'd like to stress is the importance of partnering effectively with the governments of the countries in which they operate. Again, the successful companies have engaged transparently with the governments of countries that they're investing in, trying to understand clearly what governments' developmental objectives are, and then being able to articulate what they can contribute to that agenda. That way there's a closer alignment, and a lot of the challenges that other companies sometimes run into are smoothed out of the way because government understands what the investor brings, and it's a much more sustainable type of partnership going forward.